Hello, Flosstube. I am Lisa, and you have gotten to Crossed by Floss, my channel, and welcome. Thank you if you are new and joining me. I hope you like what you see and that you'll stick around and maybe subscribe. And if you are returning, hi, thank you. It's wonderful that you're back. Happy Blue Friday. Actually, it's a couple of things. It's Happy Blue Friday because it's Friday, December 27th. So Blue Friday for those of us in Seattle and support the Seahawks. Go Hawks. Let's pull out a much better game this week than we did last weekend. It's also my baby's 20th birthday. I know it's shocking, but yes, it is my baby's 20th birthday. And we are nearing a new year, 2020. Holy smokes. So I hope you all had really, really wonderful Christmas if that's what you celebrated, or whatever holiday that you celebrate, or you don't celebrate, and that's okay too. I mean, honestly, sometimes there were moments over my holidays that I was like, you know, my kids are grown, and yeah, anyway. Yes, and Mr. G is still out on the road, so he's missed Thanksgiving and he's missed Christmas. And here's the funny thing, so he calls on Christmas, right, to wish us all a Merry Christmas, and he said, you know, I'm really bummed out. And I said, why? Because, you know, this is his first Christmas and Thanksgiving since we've been together, which is almost 4 years, 5 years. I don't even know. 4 years, 5 years. I don't know. Anyways, no, it'll be 4 years. And anyway, he says, you know, you very rarely cook, which is true. I very rarely cook. And he says, and the 2 meals out of the year that you cook for sure, and I miss them both. Like, I'm sorry. And he's like, so when I come home, will you cook for me? Yeah, I guess I will do that for him. So anyway, it's just pretty funny. So yeah, so he's still out on the road, and he may even be out on the road till just after the new year. So yeah, it's been a while. Anyway, I don't know how families do it either, you know, especially families with people in the military who are gone for, you know, months and years at a time. So I can't even, this is such a big change for me. So anyway, yeah. Okay, so if you have gotten through all this rambling, this is actually a channel about cross stitch. So that's what we're going to talk about now. So hopefully this will be a short video. I do have a couple of WIPS. I have a Christmas miracle, and I have a little bit of stash haul, and then a really quick talk about plans for 2020, and maybe even a shout out or two. Okay, so let's get into that here. Let's do the Christmas miracle first. Okay, Christmas miracle. I have a finish. I finished my 2019 Sal. Sorry about the lighting. Yeah, gloomy, gross, and whatever here. So the overhead light is on, and I'm hoping. Anyways, I actually finished this before Christmas, and I did not take a picture of it for my Instagram yet because I wanted to show my Flosstube friends first, but I have a finish. Is this not the prettiest? This is the 2019 Noel Sal that Jardin Prive put out. Every Saturday in November, she released a new part of the pattern. So there were actually 5 parts because there were 5 Saturdays in November, and I got them all done, and before Christmas. So I told my daughter Merry Christmas. She really, as soon as she saw me working on this pattern, she really liked it. Now here is what really, I'm going to fold it this way. I know it's not the most awesome. Everybody is like, oh my goodness, these snowflakes, they were so hard. Okay, I'm not kidding you. That was probably the least of my worries. You know what was really hard for me were these dang stars. So this one up here, this one down here. Can you see? It's super wonky. Yeah, it is. And then there's one over here. That was probably one of my better ones. And I feel like there's, oh yeah, there's one down here. Okay, these 4, I can't even tell, were there only 4? It feels like there were 112. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there were only 4. They were by far the hardest things I have ever done in my life. I had to rip them out several times. They were by far, out of this pattern, probably the most simplest of things, the hardest thing for me to do. I don't know why. Yep. And so anyways, but it's done. So maybe by next Christmas, I'll have an FFO on this thing. So I'm pretty impressed. What I did it on was 16 count antique white Aida, and I used 115 DMC. So it was a variegated red to maroon, kind of like dark blood red throughout. And I actually like the shading. I had some issues at first, but as I got along and did more in the pattern, the bright red part of it looked okay. When it was kind of chunks of it all by itself. It actually turned out really nice. And anyways, my daughter saw it, loves it. And so I will have this done, and she will possibly be moving out next year into her own home. And so that might actually grace her house at Christmas time. Okay, so let's go on to my website. Of course, I have no FFOs. Of course I don't. I strive, but it's not happening yet. Okay, I have not shown this piece in a little while, and I will honestly say I'm not sure if I've done anything on it. I feel like I have, but I'm not sure. It has been a while. So this is one of the free patterns that you can get off of DMC website, and it was Live Inspired, I believe. I started this maybe in October, and I've gotten quite a bit done. Everything in here is backstitched though, so like legit everything. So there's going to be a ton of backstitching, and there's still some more swirlies that need to happen around in here. And then Live Inspired is down on the bottom that needs to be finished. So slowly working on that, but I got a little distracted by the 2019 sale because hello, it was pretty. And then, well, I did a lot of stash buying, and so there were a lot of patterns that I ended up buying. So there was that. Okay. Unfortunately, my needle is still in here, so let's push it to the back here so you guys don't have to see that. Okay. So my next whip is this Prairie Schooler, and it's Mary Had a Little Lamb. And I actually did some work on this the other night. So I'm doing this on 16 count Aida Natural Light. And so I think the last time I showed you guys, I had done the border and these flowers. And now I'm working on the schoolhouse. And what are these? Oh, those are her feet. Those are little Mary's feet. So I've been working on that, and I've gotten, I mean, not horrible progress for, you know, my finish. Yeah, I'm just going to keep saying it because I'm so proud of myself. Yes, the struggle is real, you guys. The struggle's real. Okay, so let's put that one away. I then decided, you know, with my finish that I needed to do another start. So I picked up this little heart in hand pattern, Wee Snowman, and I'm changing it up. I actually changed every single one of the colors and am doing it in the same color scheme as the Bent Creek Chalet piece that I had done because I like those colors so much. And I just think that it's going to fit more into my decor than these colors did. And so what I've gotten done so far is the outline. So this is stitched on 16 count light mocha. And like I said, I converted all of the colors. They're still DMC colors, but they are in the color line of the Chalet Bent Creek that I was doing. Again, just because I liked the color pattern better. And so yeah, I'm excited about that. And that's something that, because it's a snowman, so it's something that you can, you know, have up year into like February because it's a snowman. Okay, and because again I had a finish, I decided I should treat myself and start another pattern. So I did. So I started Rosewood Manor's 4 and 20 Blackbirds, designed by Karen Kluba. So this pattern here. And I chose this pattern when I first saw it because there's a lot of Rosewood Manor patterns that I really like. But my grandma, so my mom's mom, we had a really good relationship, but she lived several provinces away from us. And so I only saw her, well, I saw her maybe a couple of times a year, for sure in the summertime, because my brother and I went there for a couple of weeks in the summer, until we got to like our teenage years, and then we no longer went. And then my grandma may have come like, you know, once a year to our place and spent a few weeks to be with us. And so, but I love my grandma. I'm the only granddaughter on both sides of the family. But because my mom's an only child, I am, you know, my grandma's only granddaughter. And so yes, we had a really good relationship. She was very, very girly, but I was not. And anyways, she tried to teach me, you know, how to cook, and she really inspired my love of reading. And she was just a kind, gentle lady. And we would talk all the time. She was a great, you know, she loved to have fun and sing and, you know, recite poems. And 4 and 20 Blackbirds was one of the poems that we used to sing together. And yeah, the Sing a Song of Sixpence, Pocket Full of Rye, 4 and 20 Blackbirds baked in a pie. As soon as I saw it, it was my grandma. And so I had to do this pattern. So now that long-winded little explanation. So I am doing this on 16 count white Aida because I really wanted the colors to pop out. And I just started it the other night. So, and this piece is going to be quite large. Yeah, I think that where these needles end, where the needles are, is where the end of the pattern is. So it's going to be a good size. And so I've done the top and started the area where 2 of the Blackbirds will be sitting. So what am I doing? This part here, that's this one here, this area here, and then halfway, about halfway, I think, is what I've gotten done up at the top. And I do always, I can't say always, I used to start in the middle of my fabrics until I found out, you know, keep a 2 to 3 inch area and then start. And so that's what I do. Like I will just measure 2 or 3 inches down and across, and then place my needle and start in the corner. I like working from the top down and the top across now, and instead of in the middle, just easier for me. And I don't know why until Flosstube, like seriously, until Flosstube, I didn't know to do that. So okay, so that is all my WIPs. and my finish. Pretty excited about it, you guys. Like seriously, I mean, the small accomplishments that I have, I really have to pat myself on the back for those. Okay, so I have a little bit of haul. I went on Stash Unload, and I'm gonna have to take myself off of Stash Unload because as part of, you know, my plans for 2020, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but Stash Unload, I'm gonna have to take myself off so I'm no longer tempted. I don't need any more patterns, frankly. And I should probably be a little bit more selective because I'm going to be stitching from Stash next year, and that doesn't really allow for Stash Unload. So, I mean, it does, but I'm gonna try not to because I'm still gonna visit my LNS. Let's not lie. Okay, so one of the patterns that I picked up with it was this Jardin Prive. Now, I have liked her for years, so there's been quite a few of her patterns that have come out that I have seen, and I missed this one, and I'm not sure how. I think I missed it. Sometimes I buy 2 patterns. It happens. But this is Halloween Patchwork Halloween. And I do love Halloween, and so really, Halloween is more the holiday that I like to celebrate and will put out more decorations for, just because I really like it more. The second one that I got from Jardin Prive is this Patchwork Pretend. So it's so pretty. Like, it is just so pretty. And again, kind of my color scheme, and just kind of a little feminine, more feminine than I normally am, but I really like, and maybe it's just because of the colors, I don't know, but it's spring, so it's pretty, and I like it. The next one I got was from Abby Rose Designs, and it's Christmas Calories Don't Count, which I have been saying for years, so yes, I should probably stitch that up. I think that's super cute. And what I like is it's like seriously 4 colors. 4 colors. I like things that don't have a lot of colors to them because it makes it so much easier for me. The next one I got was Shakespeare's Peddler Love the Spring. This is like, it's just super cute. And I do like all things Shakespeare's Peddler. Yeah, super cute. I definitely will not be putting it into a pillow because I think, as you all know, I don't know how to sew. La-di-da Harvest House. Seriously, I almost feel like I've seen this before and I may have it again. Seriously, I really should hang my head in shame. Anyways, super cute, super cute pattern, and like that. And then I am a Blackbird design girl. I just really like Blackbird designs, and I got this Morning Star. Super pretty, and at some point I will get these done. I also like they made it into a needle box, so what is different about it? Absolutely nothing. Nope. So on the back it just shows that it's on a needle box. Very pretty. So that was haul number 1. Then there was a lady who was destashing a ton of Aida, and it's all colored Aida. So I picked it up. It's all in a variety of sizes, shapes, colors. So there's like, these are not true colors. This is a green. It's a green. This is a blue. Just a small little piece, just enough for like a tiny ornament. Not huge. This is kind of a baby blue, not a super big piece, but enough for, you know, again, a small ornament. And then some bigger pieces. So the dyeing on these, like you can see that there's some color, like the dye hadn't been maybe mixed as well. And so there's the splotches of color from the dye, and that's totally okay by me. Like, yeah, Either I won't use it all and I'll cut it out or whatever, but the bigger piece, well, this one's serged all around. So that's kind of nice. And I want to say, now here's a piece, this one's nice and soft. It does have a couple of big splooches in it though, but I hopefully will be able to work those in somewhere. And yeah, hopefully. This one is a green piece. See, they're pretty good sizes. Now I want to say, like, I paid $25 for this. There's threads coming off. $25 for this whole lot. So not horrible at all. Kind of a rose color piece. Here's another tanny kind of piece. So I was pretty thrilled to get, here's another rose piece. And then a couple of more green pieces, green and blue pieces. So just a big square. This one is definitely a 14 count. And they're all different, they must be all different makes, because some of them are thinner than others. Some of them are really quite thick. And then others are a lot more thin and pliable, more pliable. Like this is really super pliable. So, and another green piece. So that's a lot of little, you know, some scraps to stitch little ornaments on, which is perfect. And some other pieces, maybe to do some other bigger stuff on. Okay, so the other thing that I bought was, okay, so I was watching stitching with my bestie, who I like them. I really like them, and I'm sad that Tina, is it Tina? I think so, isn't going to be filming as often with Gina anymore. But Gina's doing a great job all on her own, and I can't wait always when they put a video out. So her last video, she talked about some bags that she did. And so I immediately had to go and get them, because this is genius. I like the, I love all project bags. Like, I'm not going to lie. And I have enough things to put in project bags that I could probably have 100 project bags easily and still not have enough. Yep. Because I've already put 123 patterns into my cross stitch app. And that is only the stuff that I've gotten from the stash unload recently, as well as some that I have found in my house. Definitely not all. So yes, I could have all those project bags and more and still not have enough. Eventually one day, maybe I'll have too many project bags. I don't know when that day is going to happen. It's not today. So anyways, she showed these bags. Now, let me get kind of a lighter one so you can see it. There's a pink one. Okay, so the great thing about these bags is that they're kind of like two levels. So the front, it's mesh and you can see through it. So let's find a really quick pattern. So you can put your pattern in the front, right? So you can see what's in there. And then you open up the top. Maybe you open up the top, and then you can, and it's full all the way down, and then you can put your fabric, threads, scissors, your whole deal in there, right? So these are A4 sized. They're called Easy Pag, P-A-G. So it's, and I found them on Amazon, but it's ieasypeg.com is the website. So I thought that was really quite genius, because I like the clear plastic, you know, the vinyl cover fronts on the bags, because you can see what's in them, right? And I do love those. And but this also kind of makes my heart a little happy on places where I might travel with some of my pieces, that if these get dirty or you know, get spilled on or whatever, I'm probably not going to cry as much as my fabric bags that I'm going to. So 10 for like $16 or something, and you get all these colors. all these pretty colors. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And, you know, for 10, and then when I'm done with them, you know, I might put my scraps of fabric in there. When I'm done with them, my granddaughter can have them. I'm fine with it. Okay, but this is the piece that there is a bag maker who I adore. And I legit support, sorry. Her name is Denise, and she is from Goose Designs, and she has an Etsy shop, and she has Instagram, and she has a Facebook page. The Facebook page she shares with Java Girl Stitches, Christy Calhoun, and so they do that one on Facebook together, and then she has her own Instagram, and then she's got her Etsy shop, and she makes beautiful bags, and I love her bags. And I started with a Halloween bag because, again, all things Halloween, and when it came, it was so lovely that I went on and have kept buying. And she's going to start a bag of the month bag of the month club. I'm not sure if it's full or not. I don't know if she's got more information about it, but it might be on her Instagram. It might be on her Facebook. But if you can get in and she's still, you know, taking people, I highly recommend, because her bags are beautiful. So I was cruising her Etsy page, because even though I've already bought a few, I still feel the need to buy more. And I was cruising her Etsy page, and I saw this bag. Okay, so let me just say, let me get rid of this, sorry. I am a lover of shoes and handbags. And I am always on the hunt for beautiful shoes that are designer shoes that I can get for uber cheap, and I get super happy when I find such a good deal. I do the same thing with handbags. And when I saw this, I was like, I must have. So this is the fabric on the outside, and then the fabric inside is black dots. So pretty. And then she's got her logo, her little name, shop name on the back, Goose Designs. Design, I'm sorry, not an S, just a design. And then she has started making, she calling them pocket pals? What is she calling them? I think project pals. Maybe project pals. And so I said to her, hey, Denise, would you happen to have enough fabric? Because this was a one only. And I said, Denise, would you happen to have enough fabric to do this with the project pal with that same fabric? And she said, sure, I can do that. And I'm like, yes, please. So I got the little project pal. So it's snapped enclosure, felt to keep your threads on here, which is good because my threads are always like hanging on me or in my covers. And so this is going to save me a little bit. And it's so cute, like it's hats, and it's so girly. And the funny thing is I'm not girly, but every once in a while I like a girly thing. So, and okay, let's not classify it as girly, whatever. But yeah, and she's so sweet. You know, she always has she always puts a little note and stuff, and she's like, sorry I'm late, Denise. I will never ever complain ever about your shipping time or anything else. I am just so thrilled about your bags. I love your bags. The quality is awesome, and I highly recommend her to anyone who is looking for project bags. Well priced. You may not get it right away, but the weight is worth it. These bags are worth the wait. Absolutely 100%. So Again, thank you so much, Denise. 100% love you, girl. Okay, and then the last thing that I got in my little stash buying spree that I did was in my Amazon buying, was I got this 2020 calendar. And I just love it. It's flamingos. It was just so cute. But it's got, what I like about this one is that, you know, it's got the grid for the months. And so I can just do like a really quick, like what I'm going to do for the month. But then it also has really big spaces for the week, like this. And so I can put more of my detailed notes or things that I want. And so I'm going to try this for this year and see how that goes. I don't typically use a calendar. I typically also don't write notes because why do that? Okay, so other than that, let's talk about, let's do a couple of shout outs. So one of them is Assassinix Stitcher. She is named after one of my favorite programs. Well, it's not after a program, it's a character in the program, but The Outlander, one of my all-time favorite shows. And so when I saw her name, I was like, ooh, I am intrigued. And then I started watching her, and she is adorable, and her accent is adorable. She's just lovely. And her stitching is gorgeous, like gorgeous. She is doing some beautiful, beautiful projects. So she's got 7 videos out, I think, and she's hilarious. She's got such a great sense of humor. I just really, really liked her, and so highly recommend her. The other one that I have been binge watching, and I don't know how I missed these gals, but Lost in Floss. These 2 ladies, they are best friends since high school, and I have started with video 1, and I'm going to work my way because I like to, you know, watch from the beginning and get invested and get to know you super well. And so I enjoy the 2 of them. They are hilarious, and what they're working on is beautiful. And so yes, so those are the 2 ladies, or the 2 channels that I have been binge watching over the holidays. And then simply plans, you know, for 2020. It is coming up. So this is going to be my last video until the new year. And starting in the new year, I've got a couple of things. One of them is I've got an Instagram hashtag freebie stitches 2020, and I'm going to talk about it in pretty much all of my videos and try and do at least 1, if not 2, free pattern stitching. There are a lot of designers out there who put out free patterns either on their websites, on their blogs, on their Facebook pages. Some of them, you know, like I showed you in the beginning, that little live inspired piece, that was a free pattern from the DMC website, this one here. And they do holiday ones, you know, seasonal ones. They put them out. I have noticed though that if they're seasonal, that if it's something that you want, you should probably download it right away, because I've gone back to look for some and I can't find them anymore. So, so yes. But there's all kinds of designers, like Plum Street Sampler has some free patterns, and Heartstring Samplery has free patterns. Like, a lot of designers have free patterns. There's also a free sale that is happening by Linens and Threads and Linens. I will link it below. Brandon and Karen, I believe, are their names. And Brandon, I believe, is the one who, or Brendan, is the one who designs the patterns. And so once a month, a part of the pattern will come out, and it's 12 months. And this year, or 2020, is Friends and Family Quaker Sampler. So I'm excited about that. Now, I have downloaded his pattern since 2017 and have kitted up 2017, 2018, and 2019 and have not started any one of them. So I'm hoping that maybe I can work on the 2020 sampler and work my way back. We'll see. Yes, so I will be doing that. And then obviously the hashtag freebie stitches 2020, I will be uploading that and hope that others will join in and show, you know, their free patterns or items that they've made from their free patterns. That would be great. I'm not sure what the rules are about patterns themselves. If you can show a free pattern, like if you've got the picture, show the picture. I don't know if it's okay to show the pattern. I don't know. Yeah, so I will be doing that. And then the other thing I'm going to be doing is January 13th is the Cinnamon Stars Salve with the Academic Stitcher. And I will link her video below, the one that she talks about that sal. So yes, and that's Plum Street Samplers. And I want to say that there's another one. I also belong to a couple of Facebook groups, Sane Stitchers, Full Coverage Fanatics, and Enchanted Stitchers. So all of those have challenges, weekly challenges to do. And so if my WIPS can fit in that and I have the time, then I will do some of those. I'm also going to the HADE convention, Heaven and Earth Designs Convention in October of 2020. And there's a name tag that we all can stitch for ourselves. And so I'm gonna attempt that. And my goal next year also is to learn like a new stitch. So I only know how to cross stitch. Like I only know how to make X's. And every once in a while I can make, I know how to back stitch, but long stitch. But there's all of these new stitches. They're not new, but they've not previously been in patterns that I have ever done. And so like Smyrna stitches and well, that's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. So that's the only one I'm going to name, but I know that there's more. And so my goal is to learn one of those this year and to master it and get it down. So I think I'm coming a long way in my cross stitching. And I'm also going to do Stitch from Stash. I'm a little anxious about it, but I'm going to get it done because I do have a lot of things. And I'm hoping that it will inspire me to not only have money at the end of the month, which is really an awesome goal, but also to get things done so that I can get more credit towards my budget and hopefully, yeah. And then of course, Stitch Mania. So there's going to be a lot going on in 2020 and I hope that you all join me along with that. And, you know, as my channel grows and try to get more stuff, I will be doing all kinds of stuff, past the stash, getting there. And, you know, some giveaways. Yeah, I'm just 2020. It's going to be the year, you guys, 2020. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. Happy New Year. Happy, you know, getting into 2020. Stay safe, celebrate wisely, and I will be at home in my jammies and probably going to bed at 12:02. So thank you all so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.